Alright, what's up guys? I'm going to show y'all how to change the indoor blower motor. Okay? And what you want to do is the first thing, you want to look at it. Alright? Let's look at it, make some marks to make our job easier when we go to put this motor back together. Okay? Here's the motor. Alright? And you can see where the electrical connections come in. Here. Okay? And in here. And one of the things I like to do is where my electrical connections come in. And yeah, this is not a PSC motor. This is like a variable speed motor, like a module attached on the end of it. But regardless, that's where my wiring connections are going to go, here and here. Okay. So what I like to do is on the housing of the actual unit itself, I'll come over here and just make me a mark, let me know that is where I need my voltage from the motor to be facing, because you can get turned around and wind up with it over here on this side or this side or this side, and sometimes you don't necessarily have the wires to reach that far. So let's just make a few marks on here, make things easier for us. Okay. And yeah, this thing, oh my goodness, looking down into the blower wheel, the motor, that thing is filthy, ain't it? Oh my god. Okay. And also guys, it's not a bad idea, I've already made a mark here, okay, for where my electrical connections come in on the housing. So when I put the new motor in, you know, I'll make sure to get the orientation exactly the way the old motor was, so we don't have an issue with, you know, wires not making it to the motor here. Also the belly band, okay, that is what actually holds this motor in. And then you got your arms or your motor mounts. That's what comes out and screws in, and that's really, you got 4 motor mounts that holds this thing dead center of the blower housing. And you've got to have a belly band right there, and you see where the screw, that's the bolt that goes through. You got a nut right here, and then that's the top of it, and that's holding it all together tight so we can mount this motor in. And what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to come right here, and I'm just going to draw myself a little crude schematic of where that bolt is. And trust me, this will make things easier. Look at that. Just something simple like that. So that's where it's pretty much everything centered up. Normally it's not like that, okay? But in this case, we got our electrical connections coming out on the same exact side, and I mean directly right under where the belly band bolt comes. But I just do that anyway, so that way I know I have the orientation perfectly lined up for the new motor. Okay guys, the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to take the motor mounts out. We're going to take the motor mounts out of the motor, and this happens to be 3/8 of an inch. I have a 3/8 of an inch bit here, make things a little bit easier anyway. So we're just going to remove the motor mounts. Alright, so we've got the motor mounts to the motor removed here. See how the whole squirrel wheel and motor slid and shifted? So that means we're loose. But not yet. We're not completely loose yet. So the next thing, if you can see inside of here, we have a set screw, which is a square tipped or square ended bolt, and it screws down to the flat side of the shaft in order to hold the wheel, the shaft of the motor. So, I'm going to use a service valve wrench, which is a square slotted wrench here, okay, which that's what this is for, okay. But you don't have to use the square slotted ratchet wrench. You can use a, try to fight with the adjustable wrench, I guess, to get in there. So just go in here. Loosen the screw up, and we want to go ahead and completely take that screw out. I have it here, and we're going to put it in a safe place where I got the rest of my nuts and bolts. Alright, so now, this is the fun part. I will spare y'all this because it's going to be a little time consuming, just so I don't have a 30-minute long video. The shaft is rusted. I don't know, let me grab the camera so y'all can see what I'm saying. Okay, the shaft in here is rusted, and in order to make the shaft come out, I'm gonna have to sand it with sandpaper and get it really slick. May have to put a little WD-40 in it, and then I'm gonna have to put some hub pullers on it, and I will show that in a minute. Okay, guys, so I got the shaft sanded, and I'm gonna show y'all how to properly hook up hub pullers to this indoor blow motor. Okay. Alright, so this is a hub puller. It's simple. You screw this screw down, and you have to attach these 3 bolts, and what its job to do is to actually hold the hub. Alright, so down in here in our blower, this is your shaft coming through, and this is the big old nasty dirty blower wheel. This thing here is the hub right here. That round piece there, see how it kind of sits up? And there is our hole for our set screw that I told y'all to take out. Now, really, it's simple. When you put this on, okay, when you put this on, all right, see, you got, it's not making it all the way down, so I've got to screw this out so it will set all the way down flush beyond the hub right there, okay. Let's see if I've screwed it out enough for it to set down. This is the only thing you got to remember, okay. Is when you set it down in there, okay, under no circumstances or you will make a big headache for yourself. Where the set screw is, you do not want to have a bolt going into that, because see, the job of the bolt is to actually hold on to that hub. So if we screw this down in there on top of that set screw threads in the hub, then you're going to booger up and mess up the threads, and you will never ever get the set screw back in there, and then you won't have no way to hold the motor to the blower wheel, so you will be in a big mess. So you just want to offset it. This, what I'll do is just come in here like this and set it down. And you wonder, well, how am I going to tighten it up? Well, they have a tool here, and it's a funny specific little tool that allows you to get the clearance that you need to turn those screws to tighten up to the hub, okay. And you would go in here like this, and you can tighten them that way. Okay, guys, and once you get it properly attached, it should look like this. Alright, got it tightened up to the hub, got the hub puller on there properly. I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to set half of it in the chair and half of it off of the chair. And what's going to happen is, as I'll take two adjustable wrenches. I'll hold here, and then I'll use one to turn with. And as I'm twisting to the right down, right, okay, that's going to be pushing that rod down, and it will be pushing the shaft out, providing that you've got the screws in there tight enough to hold the hub. If it don't hold, then the whole hub puller will come off. So let's hope that does not happen. Really hope that don't happen. Set half of the chair. About to drop. I surely hope so. There we go. Thank you, Jesus. Good God Almighty. What a bear. Yep. And that shaft there, you can see where the set screw was. Right here, where the little circle was. All I had to do was go like what? 2 or 3 inches. But it was, sometimes it takes a while. And look, on the end of the shaft, just so y'all can understand, full fold on it. The hub puller, the tip of it, it bit down in the center of that shaft and literally pushed it out. But I'd have broke my hub pullers if I wouldn't have cleaned the shaft off, okay? That's a very important step. You got to clean that shaft off, all the rust off of there. So it can push it out. And it always helps to put a little WD-40 or penetrating oil or something on it to help it out. So the bad boy is out. Okay guys, the next step I've got, this is the old motor here with the belly band that goes all the way around it, which is of course this piece here that goes all the way around. We have the bolt that connects and tightens and holds tight together the motor mounts, which is these. Okay, now the new motor, okay, come with new motor mounts that I have laid out here. Alright, and a new belly band. Believe it or not, it did not come with a bolt, so we'll just use the old bolt here from the old motor and the old belly band, okay? And so we'll just take this out, okay, because we need it, and we will put our belly band up, and that will actually, when we get the nut in there, the bolt, it will tighten up like so. And you know, you slide your motor mounts in there and get them adjusted and get that really tight. And then we're going to basically want this new motor here to look like that one. Even though this is a taller motor, this is a shorter motor, if y'all can see the difference. So, okay. Okay guys, last thing you need to do, last step, once you get the motor, you know, you get the motor slid back in and you put the little motor mounts in there. You have to adjust the blower wheel so the blower wheel won't be scrubbing on the housing. You got to have enough clearance between the housing and the wheel in there, okay? And you know, you see your wheel here, how it is. It's actually pushed to one side. See, it's all the way pushed to the left side. So if it was to come on, it would scrub the housing like that. So in order to adjust that, you come in here. First thing you want to do is looking at your shaft. You see how there's predominantly a flat spot right on the top, okay, and the rest of it is curved. All you want to do is you want to put your set screw, okay, back in there and tighten it down to the flat spot of the shaft. Okay, it's got to go to the flat spot, guys. If it don't, and you try to tighten it down to the rounded spot, it will not hold, and it will come back off, and this will just grind everything up, grind the blades and grind up on the housing and everything, and it'll slide back and forth this way. So very important, flat spot of the shaft, set screw, put back in here. But before we do that, we want to line it up where this is not scrubbing on the inside of the housing. Okay, so all we want to do is push it back a little bit. That's all it takes. And see, now you can see that we have the clearance on both sides. See, it will freely spin without hitting the housing of the blower. Okay, so that's really it, and that'll be my tutorial on how to properly put in an indoor blower motor from start to finish. Alright, later guys. Okay, that's the end of my video, guys. How to put an indoor blower motor in from start to finish. If y'all have got anything from this video, if it's helped out in some way, I've provided value for y'all, I would appreciate it if y'all would like and subscribe, and in the comments below comment I subscribed, and I will definitely reply to your comment.